Okay, now that we have at least the normal bird and the regular and the bird base class defined, now we want to test it out to see if that will work. I think I forgot a semicolon there. Just leaving random little errors for you guys to find in here. Okay, so we're going to try to test out the normal bird. So the first thing you want to do is update the make file. So as part of your a.out, you want to make sure to add birds.o to each line there. Okay. For game.o, make sure to include .h. And you need to add a rule for birds.o. For create the dependencies for birds.o would be the h, the CPP, flying object, point, velocity, UH, draw. Okay, and compile that through birds.cpp, and then that should be it for the make file. Okay. Now if we make that, it'll work because we commented everything out in game about the bird. So to include the bird, we need to include the bird class birds.h. We need the header file for all the birds. Okay, and then right here, this is the part that gets people tripped up a lot. The only thing you want to do here is to declare one pointer to a general bird, just bird. Okay, and because we give it a generalized bird to the game class, we can use any of the birds that inherit from bird class. Okay, so that makes inheritance really nice because we can generalize things. All of those normal birds, tough birds, sacred birds, they are birds, so all we have to do is store a bird variable, generalized, right here. And whenever the game needs to create a new bird, you can create the general version of it. Okay, was there any other? Okay, that's it for game.h, and there was a bunch of stuff in game.cpp we needed to comment out. We don't have to include any of that here because when you include game.h, it includes all that other stuff. Okay, we advance the bullets, and now we're going to see if we can advance the bird. That's the bullets. Okay, so we're going to undo the advanced bird function. See if it's going to work. So all the work that the game does with any of your birds will be generalized to a general bird class, the base class. Okay, and all the birds will do enough of the same stuff that this will work out. They all have an advance, they all have a kill, they all know how to get the point. Okay, the specific stuff for those birds, like what the hit returns, will be handled later, and the game doesn't even have to know about that. Okay, there's the create new bird. See, it creates a generalized bird pointer. Okay, so we have a to-do here, and I'm going to come back to that in a second. This is where we're going to create the bird, and this is where we will actually specify the specific bird it is, even though the pointer to this will just be a generalized bird. I'm going to go undo all the rest of the bird stuff. If the bird is alive. Lots going on with the bird. We'll have to do that later as well. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, now we're going to come back up to where we create the bird. I'm getting lost. Create bird. Bird. There we go. Okay. So now in order to actually create a bird here, we have to have a point for the bird to be drawn on. So we're going to create a point variable, temporary point variable, and we'll set the, I'm just going to copy and paste these and describe them to you. We're going to set the new point x value to the top left. So the x value will always be the same where they start. But the y value will be a random value from anywhere from the bottom right to the top left. So it will randomly start it from the same side of the screen, but anywhere on that side. Okay, and then now we're going to decide which specific type of bird to create. Okay, so if once you get more than one bird, like the normal bird, the tough bird, the sacred bird, then you'll want to randomly choose a number between 0 and 3. Okay. But since I only have the normal bird working right now, I'll just leave that as a note, and I'll just say, okay, normal bird will be 0. Okay, if it randomly chooses a zero, it will be a normal bird. So if the bird type is 0, we're going to make the new bird, we'll have it point to a brand new object of type normal bird at that random point. Okay, and then you'll have an else if for the other types of birds. It would look something like this. Okay, so else if the bird is type 1, we create a tough bird, else we create a sacred bird. So I'm going to leave those out for now.
Where's the fan at?
Okay, and let's see if we can make it. Hey, no errors. That's pretty cool. Let me try to run it. Oh, segment fault. Isn't that exciting? Okay, looks like I had a segmentation fault. And I try to run a.out. So I'm going to use my GDB debugger. Okay, and I say run a.out. And it shows me, oh, my segmentation fault was in advance bird. Okay, see if we can find something in there. Where's advanced bird? And if I follow it through, advanced bird calls create bird. So at this point, there's no bird right now, so follow that back. When a game is created, there we go, there's a to-do. We need to set our bird pointer to a good initial value. Like, okay, so the bird gets an initial value of null. That's better than nothing. Okay. Let's see if that helps us at all. Clean, make. Okay. Oops. A dot out. Okay, it's creating my skeet. It's working. I don't see any birds though. We'll try that again. Okay, so it didn't draw onto the screen, so I thought, maybe there's something wrong with the way it's getting drawn. So I went to the game draw function, and I found there was another to-do I was supposed to have done. And I need to check if I have a valid bird and if it's alive, and then I can draw it. So if the game's bird is not equal to null, meaning it's been given a bird object using new, and if the bird is alive. Okay. Now I can use this syntax bird with the little arrow pointer instead of dereferencing. Let's see if I can do it. Dereferencing my bird and calling is alive. I like the syntax with the arrow a little bit better. Okay, so if the bird is not null and it's still alive, then I can actually draw it to the screen by calling the bird's draw function. Okay, again, dereferencing bird and calling the draw function using the point. Okay. Let's see if that helps us make this thing. No segmentation faults. And here it is. Did we miss it? Too slow. Try that again. I saw it. It was working. I don't know how often it's supposed to show up. Let's look at it one more time. Myself ready. Oh, did I lose it? Oh, I lost it. Okay. Okay. Anyway, it's working now. So that just gives me the basic normal bird flying across the screen. And hopefully that's enough to be able to get you started. Or at least get a good feel for this assignment. I hope that helps.